Right, so this is Tamsin's Range Rover, the P38, in this beautiful off-roadery setting, and it's willow green, which is lovely. One of the things, obviously, I think to watch out for, the plastics kind of age a little bit, don't they? They do deteriorate. This one has suffered a little bit from being outside, because it's lived outdoors in the Isle of Man for a long time, and for some of that time was in a sort of a scrapyard of some sort, and it's been rescued. It's got a little bit of holes there on the bumper from where it obviously had like a bull bar or something at some stage. It also has wipers for headlights, one of my favourite things in the world. If I could have them over my eyeballs, I would. Nice alloys, they're the 16s with some nice chunky off-road tyres. I'm told she managed to get these for only a couple £100, which is an absolute bargain. It really does sit really high while driving along as well, so it's dead nice. Nantwich Express, I think is lovely. The green is a really lovely colour as well, the willow green, so that's quite cool. Most of them seem to be a sort of a darker shade of green when they are green. I'm not sure what that one's called. Do you remember what that colour's called?
Epsom green.
Epsom, that's the one. Most of the greens are Epsom green, so that's a nice change. Some of those sort of plastics around the windows start to fade a little bit. I quite like it. I think it looks ready for purpose and ready for a bit of off-road action for green laning, which is definitely what it needs to get used for. It obviously wants to get back on the road. So Tamsin has had some trouble, like deviate between the DVLA and between Land Rover, and actually getting the thing registered again for use in the UK, because the DVLA wanted proof of when it was registered and things from Land Rover, and they wanted V5 information from the DVLA, so they were both a bit of a nuisance, but managed to get there in the end. So I guess if there's anyone in that situation, at least continue with it and you may well get there eventually. So what an inspiration that is. This has a manual transmission, which is awesome, and it's been hooked up to a 4.6, so that bit more power than the 4.0 I think is what it was, around 230 brake horsepower, somewhere in that region, even possibly with a little bit of defects that might have to be remedied at some point soon, but all very good. Come round here, let's have a look at this bit. What's the exhaust looking like? Oh, there's a tow bar on the back as well, I didn't know that. And it's the N-Reg, so it's 96 or 97. Nice split tailgate as well. How does that open? Do you have to open it from the inside? Is it that? Oh, okay, cool. That's fun. Nice. Lots of antifreeze and motoring detritus in the back. Good to see. Oh, that lights up as well. That's good.
Yeah, it's got little lights under the doors as well, so that when you open the doors, it lights up any puddles, so you don't get your feet wet. Which is kind of crucial Range Rover toys.
Crucial in 1996, even more crucial in 2018. Yeah. Well, this is costing us £2 a minute in fuel to have this car running here. So yeah, we best get cracking. But I am driving Tamsin's, what is this, 4.6 manual Range Rover. Ooh, it's very exciting. I think to slightly repeat myself, it's very different from the Evoque and the Freelander, which are the two previous Land Rovers Land Rover products that I've driven. This is like, it is literally like driving like one of them, what are those steam engines called? With, you know, like the Great Scotsman or something, it's like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, one of those. And it's called Willow, and it apparently has possibly a cracked tank? Is that
cylinder
right?
block.
Cracked cylinder block. Which sounds
well.
horrid. But yeah, I suspect you're wrong, you know. I think this is fine. This actually,
it needs a new one.
It drives really nice. It's quite torquey and shovey. It is really fun, but also really huge. Like, I'm above people's front door while I'm driving past their house. This is bigger than people's front door. You're looking down on their door. Very strange. I really like how it's sort of patinated, shall we say. It has a lived-in look. But it's chunky. It's very real, isn't it? It's very like, don't know. Where do you put it between an agricultural car and a luxury car? Do you think this is nearer to agricultural or?
I think it's the best of both.
I think it's It's in that middle.
Put your foot down.
Rev it round to 5,000 revs. Woo! Yeah.
This is a 30, so be careful.
This is the furthest it's been.
A 30.
30. Yeah, I know. I'm doing 30. I'm doing 30. Yeah, I thought. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you took it green lane, right? Yeah. I think this would be really good fun to take green lane. So you said your plans are new. Oh, you wanted longer coils.
Yeah. Plus 2 inches on the shocks.
2
and
inches,
a winch.
2 inches on shocks and a winch. Oh yeah, there's no winch in it yet, is there?
Not yet.
You'll have to get a pretty heavy duty winch.
Yeah.
And something to protect underneath.
I'm going to weld all that up.
Cool. You've got a little leopard down here and a Batman.
It's a Catwoman.
Okay, well, I'm looking from here, it looks like Batman. This place sells malt whiskey. I think I could knock down the malt whiskey shop and just steal all their whiskey. Oh, it's so funny. Woo! Yeah, this is the first V8 I've driven for ages as well. I feel a little more confident with it now, but it's still huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's massive.
It sort of feels like it's on those massive chunky tyres as well.
Yeah, when you get up to speed, it sounds like a lorry.
I can sort of see why a lot of people that like Range Rovers like this, the way that they are from driving this. You're very like, yes, I'm above everybody. Thank you. Bye. Big on, peasants. But it's a bit, I don't know. At the same time, I find this like, this is sort of disconcerting for if you wanted to drive it in a city, given that so many of them are city dwellers.
I drove this from Manchester last weekend.
I find it odd that you would choose this in a city. It must be quite difficult.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be my first choice of car in a city.
No, not for me either.
That Jaguar F-Pace is nice.
That is nice, yeah. That I guess is almost a sort of modern descendant of this thing.
Pretty much.
Where am I going? Left? Yeah, let's go with left. It's one of my favourite directions. Yeah, this is old school. Classic in the making. P38 with a manual. Come on.
Are you?
Scaring cyclists. And you've got a twig on the dashboard as well.
It's a route actually. I'm trying it out.
Well, you see, I'm not a country bumpkin, so I wouldn't. It's just far too technical for me.
Left, sorry.
Oops. Brakes work. Of course.
If you stand on them hard enough.
Yeah, well, that counts as standing on it hard for me. God, look at this lovely little chunky switch gear as well down here. Oh, no wonder it's toasty. You want 20? Oh, that's the exterior.
That's the outside.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's what 88,000 miles. Is that all this has got? Wow.
It's only
okay.
76,000 on the engine.
So 76 is in reality.
Yeah. And next weekend I'm going to swap the engine for a one with 88,000 miles on it that doesn't have a crack in it.
Yeah. That's not like an egg.
Yeah.
Where you've got. Go on, tell me why. How did it happen? You've got iron in the middle bit and the outside is aluminium. Did you say?
The main engine block is aluminium and the cylinder liners are iron, and they have different thermal expansion ratios. And when the engine overheats, they lose their interference fit, and the block can possibly crack. But most of all, it creates a leak path between the coolant and the combustion chamber. Once that leak path is formed, it stays there and becomes worse over time.
Yikes.
The block needs boring out and top hat cylinder liners fit in, or a replacement engine.
That all sounds a bit scary. But at least, I mean, how much was it for a replacement 4.6?
I think I'm going to pay £850 for the next one.
Straight?
I paid £700 for this one,
Right.
and it only lasted 3 weeks.
That's not good.
No, oh, should have gone that way.
Oops.
Never mind.
Will it fit if I
No,
try and
it
turn
won't.
here?
You can try, but
I can do a little
you
bit.
might have to do a 3-point turn. It doesn't steer very well.
This is great. When you took it off-roading, did you say, let's off-road, before you did it? No. Oh, I couldn't have resisted. I couldn't have resisted. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, okay, so check out the interior. Is this dark grey or is this black? Go on. Yeah, is this dark grey or black? Leather. Black. Yeah, okay. So it's black, so full leather on the inside, and it's got heated seats as well, which is pretty cool. And it's got the air conditioning. So even though it doesn't have a mirror, right, for the driver to do their makeup, but it does on the passenger side, okay, so you know, we can make some concessions because at least we've got the aircon and the heated seats and the things that we really, really need. So let's talk about some loveliness of the car then. We've got this old analog clock going on here, pretty basic. It's a little untidy in here, it's got to be said. But I do really like these. I love the font that's on them as well. It's kind of simple, but it's sort of fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously like a lot of modern off-roaders do. You've got the Rover-esque sort of wood thing going on in here, and your little glove compartments there with the slightly felty lining inside, all bolted. It's pretty cool. The handles are quite chunky and your central locking stuff. This seems to happen quite a lot, this kind of deterioration on the interior trim there, and also your roof lining coming in like any Jags and loads of 90s type cars. Buttons on here, you've got things for your cruise, various off-roady shit. So yeah, what's going on? Oh, it's managed to pick up a little dent on the roof. Yeah.
It's where it was lifted with a strap in the scrapyard. I had to bend the roof back.
No kidding. That's quite funny. I was once talking to a guy with a Mark II Jag who said that he saved that car back in the 1980s for 50 quid, and that still had a mark there on the passenger side from where he'd saved it, and he said it was ready to get crushed, and he bought it literally at the last minute, or 11th hour I suppose, before it was going to be squashed and turned into tins. So there we are. Right, lovely. And it's got electric mirrors that work as well, doesn't it?
It does.
So go on, what do I do with this fob? Does this open?
You locked it.
Open the back seats. Oh, I locked it again.
I was mean, start it up.
Start it up? Oh, cool. Do I have to have my foot on the pedal?
No, check it's not in gear.
Check it's not in gear. Listening to classic FM, very nice. Very purposeful. What a lovely guttural sound that is. Very nice.
It's supposed to have coolant in it too, but since it's kind of losing it at an awful rate, it's pointless putting it in because coolant costs money. Water comes out of a tap and is free.
Water comes out of the tap and is free.
Actually, it's not free, is it? You don't pay for water.
Free-ish.
Okay, we're done.
Cool. Take care. I think the next time you see us with this car, we'll be green laning with it.